Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Om Vishnupat Paramahamsa Parivrajacharya Satarasata Shishimar His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupat Paramahamsa Parivrajacharya Satarasata Shishimar His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananta Kori Vaishnavan Ki Jai. Namacharya Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem se ko Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhaktavan Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Ki Jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Mathura Dham Ki Jai. Navari Dham Ki Jai. Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai. Ganga Mai Ki Jai. Yamuna Mai Ki Jai. Tulsi Devi Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Harinam Sankirtan Yagya Ki Jai. Grantaraj Srimad-Bhagavatam Ki Jai. Samaveta Bhaktavan Ki Jai. Nitai Gaura Premanandi. Hari 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 Bol. All glories to the Assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Namo Vishnu Krishna Vishnu Bhutri Srimad-Bhagavatam
Samaritanabhari Namaste Saraswati Guruvadi Viracharina Nirvishesha Shrunavari Paschatari Starine. Hare Krishna, everybody. Please write Hare Krishna into the comment section if you're watching right now. YouTube, Facebook, Rumble. No, Rumble doesn't work. So Facebook and YouTube. Rebecca, Samarth, Eranti, Balaji, Hare Krishna. And on Facebook, we have Shamdai, Markun, Saruda Prakash, Misha Williams, Bhakta Stephen, Hare Krishna Stephen, Bronwyn, Doris, Andrew Goodman, welcome back. And of course, Mo Prabhu in person, Hare Krishna Prabhu. So we continue our discourse on the Srimad-Bhagavatam. This is 3rd canto, 13th chapter, text 12. And Hare Krishna to Shirshti, Hare Krishna. And Danny. Welcome back, Danny. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Param Shushrushanam Mahyam Syat Praja Rakshaya Nripa Bhagavamste Praja Bhartur Rishikesho Nutushyati. Yes. Rudra Prakash just posted. Param Shushrushanam Mahyam Syat Prajarakshaya Nripa Bhagavamste Praja Bhartur Rishikesho Anutushyati. Mo? It's in the comments section. Rudra Prakash sent a shloka. He posted. Mahyam. Param Shushrushanam Mahyam. Syat Praja Rakshaya Nripa. Bhartur. Bhagavamste Praja Bhartur. Rishikesho Nutushyati. Param, the greatest. Shushrusanam, devotional service. Hare Krishna Keti. Mahyam, unto me. Syat, should be. Praja, the living entities born in the material world. Rakshaya, by saving them from being spoiled. Nripa, O King. Bhagavan, the personality of Godhead. Te, with you. Praja Bhartu, with the protector of the living beings. Rishikeshaha, the Lord of the senses. Anutushyati, is satisfied. Translation: O king, if you give proper protection to the living beings in the material world, that will be the best service for me. When the Supreme Lord sees you to be a good protector of the conditioned souls, certainly the master of the senses will be very pleased with you. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. And Hare Krishna to Mati and Purnima Day. Hare Krishna Purnima. The whole administrative system is arranged for the purpose of going back home, back to Godhead. Brahma is the representative of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and Manu is the representative of Brahma. Similarly, all other kings on different planets of the universe are representatives of Manu. The law book for the entire human society is the Manu Samhita, which directs all activities towards the transcendental service of the Lord. Every king, therefore, must know that his responsibility in administration is not merely to exact taxes from the citizens, but to see personally that the citizens under him are being trained in Vishnu worship. Everyone must be educated in Vishnu worship and engaged in the devotional service of Rishikesha, the owner of the senses. The conditioned souls are meant not to satisfy the material senses, but to satisfy the senses of Rishikesha, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is the purpose of the complete administrative system. One who knows this secret, as disclosed here in the version of Brahma, is the perfect administrative head. One who does not know this is a show bottle administrator. By training the citizens in the devotional service of the Lord, the head of a state can be free in his responsibility. Otherwise, he will fail in the onerous duty entrusted to him and thus be punishable by the supreme authority. There is no other alternative in the discharge of administrative duty. Om Agyantirinandasya Jnana Shalakayam Chakshunanminitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. I was born in the darkness of ignorance, and my spiritual master, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, has opened my darkened eyes with the torchlight of transcendental knowledge. I offer my humble obeisances unto His lotus feet. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Jai. So you can find this word, onerous, if it's actually an actual word, or maybe misspelling. I never heard of this word before.
I'm just trying to find the exact spelling. Honors?
It's in the purport.
Yeah, the thing is just the purport disappeared. The Rudra Prakash posted. I cannot find it anymore, so I'll have to. How do you spell it?
One. R-O-U-S.
Sorry, what is the first letter?
O.
O. Yes, a word.
Yes?
Yeah.
Give him a mic.
Yeah, it says for the word involving a great deal of effort, trouble or difficulty.
Okay. Yes. How do you pronounce it?
Oh.
Onerous?
I believe so. Yeah, onerous. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you. So this is the teaching of Lord Brahma to his son Manu. The English word man comes from the word, from the name Manu, Manu Samhita. There's a scripture called Manu Samhita that gives direction to the human beings how to conduct their affairs in the material world. So Prabhupada says here that Manu is the representative of Brahma, and similarly all other kings on different planets of the universe are representatives of Manu. So Manu has a very important position in the material world. All the other kings, they are different representatives of Manu. Just like in a government, right? You have the prime minister, and then you have the secretary, and then you have the assistant, and so many other. There's a hierarchy. So this works also on the large scale, because there are other planets with other living entities. Although the scientists have not discovered them yet. They say that only on the earth there's life. We don't know of any other life. From the Vedic Shastra, we have all the information. Actually, Krishna says that if you keep yourself always in a mode of goodness, then you will reach these heavenly realms, heavenly planets. There are higher planetary systems, middle planetary systems. The earth belongs to the middle planet, and then there are lower planetary systems. So there are 400,000 different species of humans all over the universe. 400,000. Can you imagine? So this is also stated in the Purana. So it's very colorful. The universe is very colorful. It is not like NASA or all these people are trying to project this idea that we're all lonely and there's no one there and we're the only ones. And no, if you keep yourself in the goodness, you get elevated. If you keep yourself in ignorance, you get degraded to the lowest planets. And if you keep yourself in a passion, then you stay here. It is not that everybody goes to the same spot. Krishna says, and those who worship me, they will come to me. Above this material manifestation, there is the spiritual sky. So that's where devotees want to go. Because from that spiritual sky, there is no more fall down. The other planets are temporary. Even in the heavenly planets, as soon as you exhaust your pious credit, again you come back. That's it, finished. No more. That is why we do not encourage pious activities. Pious activities, pious people, they have a great advantage. They're more favorable towards Krishna consciousness, but not necessarily also. It is not a guarantee that if someone is performing pious activities, that he will become necessarily a devotee. There's so many rascals who are criticizing Krishna. They say, oh, he was immoral because he was dancing with the gopis. So they're very moral. You know, being moral is also piety, a sort of a piety. But because they cannot understand Krishna, they cannot surrender to Krishna, their morality is limited. And it doesn't lead them to the perfectional stage of human form of life. So devotees, they're not foolish. They don't want to distract themselves by any other planet in this world, except they want to go to Krishna-loka, Goloka Vrindavan. Because there is no more fall down, and that's where Krishna resides. So Lord Brahma was instructing Manu because Manu, he is the administrator. There are different classes of people always in a society. It is not by birth. It is by guna karma. Guna karma vibhagasya. Chaturvanyam maya sistam guna karma vibhagasya. Krishna says that these 4 divisions are established in a society always by guna and by karma. Guna means quality. And Krishna names all these qualities in the 18th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. Sama, Dhamma, Titiksha, Ajava, Brahmanas. They should be pure, honest, religious, knowledgeable. So many qualities. Kshatriyas, they must be resourceful. They must be brave. They must give protection to the citizens. Vaishyas, they must protect the cows, not to kill them. And the Shudras, they must be submissive to all the other classes. They should not argue, but they should work very hard and serve the superior classes. That is going on already in any society. You have Shudras, you have Vaishyas, you have Kshatriyas, you have Brahmanas. But the qualities might not be so well established by training. So the Vedic culture also gives training, how to be perfect Brahmana, how to be perfect Kshatriya, how to be perfect Vaishya, and how to be perfect Shudra. Even a Shudra needs some training. So here Lord Brahma was instructing a Kshatriya. Manu was a Kshatriya, he was an administrator. And he was that's another qualification. Karma, one must also perform that work. Not that simply I have qualification and I do not act on it. You must also act on it. Otherwise, how can you be a Brahmana? Everybody must do his duty. So Manu was a Kshatriya. That's why Lord Brahma was instructing him that your topmost duty is to give protection to the citizens. The word Kshatriya is derived from this. Kshat means the body, and Triya means, Kshat means to hurt, and Triya means to liberate. Just like we have mantra, it liberates you from the mind, trayate. So in this instance, Triya, trayate, very similar, means to liberate from harm, Kshatriya. So this is the number one duty of the Kshatriyas, of the administrators, of the kings of the government. They must give protection to the citizens. Srila Prabhupada says that there are bad elements in a society. It is not that everybody is a saintly man. There are bad elements. And the government should give protection to the citizens from these bad elements. They should make order. Nowadays, especially in the UK, the police force is outnumbered by the criminals. There's so much crime going on. The police, they're running out of power. So many criminals are there. So many stabbings, so many rapes, so many robberies. This is going on. So they are not doing their duty. A Kshatriya, he must manage. He must administer in such a way that the criminals are being checked, curbed down. They should be curbed down. So when the society becomes full of criminals, then the innocent citizens, they suffer, and the whole country suffers because they cannot work in peace. And who wants to work and then his money is being stolen? Who is enthusiastic to live like that? So this is very bad. The Kshatriya must be strong. Nowadays the politicians, they're such cowards that when the organized crime, mafia, they come and they threaten him that if you don't pass this law, we'll kill you. He passes the law. Either they threaten him or they bribe him. I have heard that now in the UK, the Minister of Fighting Corruption, she was expelled, or she stepped down because there was a suspicion of corruption. The minister who is against corruption, she becomes corrupted. Just see, this is Kali Yuga. Very bad. So Kshatriya must be strong. He must be strong and he must be resourceful. This is stated in the Bhagavad Gita, you can check in the 18th chapter. Whatever Krishna says, that is perfect for the society. For the society, for the individual, for this life, for next life. Krishna's instruction is so beneficial. If people understood the value of Bhagavad Gita, they would not create impediments to our movement. Our movement is many times bumping into different impediments. Just like we cannot distribute the books whatever we like. If you go to a mall and they kick you out, no more, this is not allowed here, you cannot. You have to go in a snow, in the freezing cold, so your fingers, they get very nicely numb. You cannot distribute. The same thing in a subway. Oh, you cannot distribute here. Whatever there is warm, you cannot go there with Krishna conscious literature. Just see the nonsense. How foolish. This Bhagavad Gita, this instruction, is meant for all classes of the society, not simply for the monks. This is not a monk movement, Krishna consciousness movement. Actually, Bhagavad Gita was meant for the Raja Rishis. Evam parampara praptam imam rajasya vidu sikkalanaya mata yuganashta parantapa. Is meant for Raja Rishis. Not these bogus so-called politicians, corrupted, weak, cowards, foolish, drug addicted, prostitute hunters. The previous, what is that, Boris Johnson? There was some cocaine found in his office, in this parliament. They found cocaine. Imagine, you're voting for these people. They take all your taxes and they do cocaine there. This is the state of affairs. And if you say, oh, change him. They're all rascals. There is no Kshatriya left. There's no one. You put another one there, oh, he will not do cocaine, he will do ganja. Or he will do heroin or something like that. This is a great farce. So, he must be resourceful. The Kshatriya must be resourceful. Just like Mr. Donald Trump. He was already a millionaire when he took office. He did not come to earn money as American president. I heard somewhere that he gave up his salary. He's not taking any salary for this president job. I don't know if it's true. There's so much information. But he was resourceful. See? So that is good, actually. I don't want to take any position whether Trump is good or not. I don't deal with this nonsense, politics. But neutrally speaking, we can also say that, yes, this is good if the politician has resources. Because then no one can bribe him. Someone comes with some bribe, he says, I have all the money, everything. Bribe is taken by someone who's very desperate. Just like in India, there's so much bribery. Those who live in India, they can confirm. So much bribery. You cannot exist without bribes. You cannot get anything done without bribes. It's like a tradition. If you want, even if you want to call police, you must give bribe. They were giving bribe to the police chief when they wanted to kill Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, these caste brahmanas, because he was preaching against this caste system. The caste system is based on birth. No qualification, no karma, no occupation. He's not doing his duty. He's eating meat and this and that and claiming, I'm a brahmana. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he started a big war against these fake brahmanas. So naturally they wanted to kill him. They came to the police chief and they said, oh, can you kill this? So the police chief, he says, this is what Prabhupada tells the story. The police chief, he said that, oh yes, that is true. We take bribes. We do this. Very nice. But to kill a sadhu, we cannot do that. So at least that culture Indian people have, that they don't want to kill sadhus. They know that if I kill a sadhu, I will go to hell for billions of years. At least that intelligence he has. So the bribes are being taken. If the politician is not resourceful, then he will be bribed, and then the people, they suffer. Just consider, where is the democracy? They're very proud. Oh, we have democracy. Democracy means power of the people for the people. But if the politician is voted in, and then some rascal comes and he says, okay, you pass this law, then how is he serving the people? He's serving the money. Serving the money. So he should be a Raja, he should be a king, but he should also be a Rishi. He should be a scholar. Bhagavad Gita was spoken to Arjuna. Arjuna was a Raja Rishi. He was not only a politician, but he had some good qualities, had some training. Rishi, intelligent. How does he become a Rishi? The Kshatriya. He consults the Brahmanas. The Brahmanas are studying the Manu Samhita, all these scriptures. And then when the Kshatriya comes, the instruction is ready. Yes, you must do like this. You must do like that. It's not that the Kshatriya, he figures everything in his own mind. That is wrong. Even in ordinary dealings, it is good to get guidance from many sources. In our Vedic tradition, Vaishnava tradition, we have three main sources: Guru, Sadhu and Shastra. So we confirm whatever the Guru says, we confirm from the Shastra. And when there's something written in Shastra, we go and we consult the Guru. And the Guru also, if we want to understand sometimes Srila Prabhupada's instructions, so we approach the devotees and we ask, do you know what Prabhupada says here? I cannot understand. So that is sadhu. Guru, sadhu and Shastra. That is good. So similarly, the Kshatriya, he has his Brahminical council. He has a group of Brahmanas who are studying day and night. They have no time to deal with politics. But when the politician comes, they guide him very nicely. So nowadays, I have not seen any politicians get any guidance. They get guidance from all kinds of rascals. How to extract more taxes, how to cheat more. See, everything is geared in this Kali Yuga government and society, everything is geared towards making money. Even if you see all these election promises, it's all based on money. We're going to have better salaries, lower prices, more economy, more investment, more jobs. This is what they promise. But the Raja Rishi, his main point is to elevate people to Krishna consciousness. This is his main duty. How to free them from the cycle of birth and death. In the 5th canto, Lord Rishabhadeva says that one should not become a guru, one should not become a teacher, one should not become father or mother, and one should not become a ruler if he cannot liberate his dependents from the cycle of birth and death. So this is a very responsible task. It's not that any damn fool, rascal number 1, can come and rule over the country. You must be qualified. So, why is it important to elevate the citizens to Krishna consciousness? Because Krishna consciousness is the panacea to material lust. This lust is so dangerous because if The lust cannot be satisfied. Lust you cannot satisfy. I can't get no satisfaction, as the Rolling Stones sing. And you try, and it doesn't work. The analogy has been given in the Bhagavatam is that just like you have an itch. So if you scratch an itch, let's say mosquito bites you and you're scratching it, what happens? It itches even more. What you have to do is stop the scratching. Don't scratch. Tolerate. Matra sparsastu konteya sitosna sukadukada agama painu anantyas tam tadikshashva bharata. Krishna says, just like the seasonal changes are coming and going, you should execute your duty. Don't be disturbed. Go on. Suffering there is. There is always some kind of austerity. But don't give up your duty. So if you don't give up your duty, you will not be affected by these lusty desires. The mind, devil's workshop. If the mind is not engaged in service, in our duty, then it will speculate all kinds of nonsense. So this is the duty of the government, to make sure that everyone is nicely situated in his occupational duty. It is not like a slavery, that we must go and everybody must work and so on and so on. Go, like in Russia, go to Gulag to work in this prison. No, the Kshatriya, he should give assistance. The Brahmana, he can pick up what is someone's propensity. Because he's so learned, he can understand. In school, because everybody goes to school, so in school, the teacher is a Brahmana, he should decide, this child has Kshatriya propensity, this child has Brahminical propensity, this child doesn't like to study at all, so he should go and plow the fields, Shudra. This should be done, this sort of screening. But nowadays everybody, equality. This equality creates so much damage. Because if someone is not qualified to become a Kshatriya and is taken as equal, and then he takes up the post of a Kshatriya, this simply creates disturbance for everyone. So there should be discrimination. It is not someone who's a Shudra is a less of a being. No. But there are certain propensities. There are certain differences. Someone is intelligent, someone is not intelligent. We cannot pretend that everyone is equally intelligent. That is foolishness. Imagine a surgeon. He must be so intelligent. He's doing so many very, very complicated procedures. And if he makes a slight mistake, the patient can die. So, do you mean to say that any fool, rascal, he is now equal? Someone who did not study, someone who doesn't have any propensity for the surgery art, then he can go and operate on people? No. You're a fool. You don't understand this. Don't do this. Same thing for Brahminical work. If you don't have the qualification, you should not act as a Brahmana. And Kshatriya, same thing. So Kshatriya must protect the citizens from lust. How? By engaging them in their occupational duty. He should make sure that the Brahmanas are acting as Brahmanas, Kshatriyas are working as Kshatriyas, Vaishyas are doing their duty, protecting the cows, and Shudras are working. He must supervise. The Brahmana detects the propensity, Kshatriya makes sure that that person is engaged. Then there will be no crime. Why this crime? Because the lusty feelings, they are increasing. There is no occupation. The person doesn't know how to act in the society. And his desire for nonsense is increasing. So then he wants more money, then he steals, he robs, so many things. It's due to impurity of the heart. So because they're impeding Krishna consciousness movement, they're impeding, they don't want to allow us, they should allow us to go to universities and schools to teach this. to the students. Krishna consciousness. But because they're not doing it, and because the government has no interest in purifying the hearts of the citizens, elevate them spiritually, that is why there is so much crime. So much crime, so much prostitution, so many drugs. Horrible. It's a horrible state of affairs. So many people with mental problems. Horrible state of affairs. So if someone says, I am the Prime Minister or I am the minister and this and that, I am very proud. You should be ashamed of yourself. You're a rascal. You're fool number one. The whole country is going to hell and you are very proud. I'm very powerful Prime Minister. So they should all wake up, these rascals. Come here and hear Srimad-Bhagavatam. Bhagavad Gita. Take shelter of a bona fide guru. A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Then it will be possible. And if they want to go on ignoring this movement and go on, you go on, you will see. It will become worse and worse and worse. At the end of Kali Yuga, it is predicted that the citizens, they will run away from the city, they will go and take shelter of hills because the taxes will be so high that the citizens will not be able to live. This is how the Kshatriya, this is how the political class of people will degrade. Complete degradation. Simply exploitation. So this is predicted. Yes, you can take taxes, that's allowed for the Kshatriya, but you must use the tax money for this Krishna consciousness movement to be spread. This is the right way how to invest money. And Krishna consciousness includes everything. If you have Krishna consciousness, automatically you will take care of the bodies of the citizens. Just like we take care of everyone. Everyone who comes here, we give him shelter and we give him nice Krishna food, prasadam. No one is going out hungry. And there is also, if you want to stay, you want to join us, we have a room, you can sleep here, no problem. Immediately. See, we're giving this. This is real charity. And the government, they extracting taxes, and then everything is used for their own personal aggrandizement. Horrible. So the citizens, they also have their limits. Citizens are very happy to follow some leader, provided the leader is governing for the people. He's taking care of the people. In Vedic times, there will be one king. The rulers will not change like it is in a democracy. For 4 years, he's stealing. Then another rascal comes, he's also stealing. And nobody does anything, and everybody is blaming everybody else. So there should be one king, and he should be ruler for life. Because then he takes real responsibility. For 4 years, what you can do in 4 years? How you can enact any reform, any change? There's so much damage. The system is so complex that 4 years, I don't think you can reform. Unless the ruler is Krishna conscious. But the ruler might be Krishna conscious. If all the citizens are rascals, criminals, then what he can do? That also doesn't work. So that is why our Srila Prabhupada says that first of all, we want to reform the masses of people. How do we do that? Harinam Sankirtan. Through this chanting. This same chanting that we do every Saturday. This is the process. How to rectify the whole country from demonism. And we distribute this Krishna prasadam. This is very, very nice, because even an atheistic person, he will also not refuse to chant Hare Krishna, dance in ecstasy, and take nice vegetarian foodstuff. Even atheists will not refuse. And that's all that is required. If people simply chanting and taking Krishna prasadam, they will purify their hearts. And they will later on understand this philosophy very nicely. And they will enact in their own personal lives. They will change their qualities. They will purify. So the government, they should support this Harinam Sankirtan and prasadam distribution. If the, what is his name? Mr. Karmer? Starmer.
Oh yeah,
K. Starmer. If he came here and said, how can I help you, Purujit? Immediately, I have a suggestion. You give money, we cook big prasadam. Everybody is invited. Free food for everyone. Come on. Don't go to this rascal McDonald's, burger killer, burger murder king, McDonald's. Don't go to these places killing cows. What is this? Are you an animal that you cannot cook, that you must simply kill a cow and eat? Some people do that. They eat raw meat. That's so crazy. No, come here, take Krishna prasadam, pakora, samosa, khichdi, chutney, sabji, chapati, ladus, luglu, halava, nice nectar. Oh, who would refuse this? I don't think anyone can refuse the power of prasadam. We can conquer the whole world. Even if Putin came, we would serve him prasadam and he would say, okay, enough war. You conquered me with the prasadam. It is so powerful. Yes. And somehow or other, make a vigorous propaganda, Mr. Starmer, to make people chant this Hare Krishna. Instead of silly speeches in the parliament, he should take the Madanga and chant. Okay, let's chant now. And the whole parliament, they should chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And it should be televised, everywhere, media. Parliament is chanting Hare Krishna. Everybody should stop working and they should watch this broadcast. Yes? It sounds crazy. But this would help the society. Impossible is a word in Fool's Dictionary, Prabhupada says. Don't say impossible. Everything is possible by the Achinta Shakti of Krishna. So just have faith and it will happen. It must happen because this is the movement of Lord Chaitanya. Who could have thought that the Western people would wear these robes, shave their heads, give up illicit sex, meat eating, gambling, intoxication and chant Hare Krishna with coal and kartals in the streets, every major city of the world? Who could have thought this in the 50s? Nobody could even imagine. But Prabhupada made it possible. Because Prabhupada had faith in the Achinta Shakti of Krishna. Achinta means inconceivable. Krishna's energy is inconceivable. This movement is inconceivable. The potency of this Hare Krishna Mahamantra is inconceivable. And it will accomplish inconceivable things. So, but we must first of all understand ourselves what this Krishna consciousness movement really is. Alright, so I'll take questions now. If you have any questions.
Is there any question here in the temple room? Is that okay, Prabhu? Because on Facebook there's nothing.
Yeah. Yes, please.
Is it audio? It's on. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So, I have a Back to Godhead magazine.
Yes.
And on the actual front cover is a picture of Lord Krishna, and then it's titled Divinity Beyond Krishna. and this was
divinity beyond Krishna.
Beyond Krishna. Question mark. So,
Okay.
So, and then this was actually written by a devotee. I forget his name. But you know, I've so learned a lot of things, you know, about this, and there's a lot of information, you know, especially after COVID. You know, a lot of people have it's kind of disturbed. And a lot of people now agitating and asking these questions that one must ask, like who we are, where we come from, and all this stuff.
Yes.
And Krishna consciousness is one way of really understanding. It's all there scientifically, but this captured my eye, you know. And I did pose this question at the Mana, Bhaktivedanta Mana.
Yes.
And I just would like to ask you what your thoughts are about divinity beyond Krishna, as in Krishna's energy. So, like, where does Krishna get his energy? Where does the source? It emanates from something.
The source of Krishna.
Yeah, the source.
No, you don't understand. Then, Krishna is the source himself. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchitananda Vigraha Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karana. Krishna does not have a beginning, and he is Sarva Karana Karanam. He is the cause of all causes. In the Bhagavad Gita he says, Matta Parataram Nanyat. There is no truth beyond me. He is the source of everything. This is what you are describing. This is impersonal idea, that from the energy the personality is coming. That's not our philosophy. Even here you can see, in this material world, the energy is coming from a person. You are a person, so you give out energy. As soon as you leave the body, right, no more energy. So it's the soul is the person that gives the energy. It's not that the energy of the body somehow creates the consciousness. So when there is a person, then there is energy. Energetic. Person is the energetic source. Energy is the effect of the person. So Krishna doesn't have any source. Krishna is the supreme. And from him all the energies are emanating. Okay?
So may I ask one more question?
Yes.
Okay, so...
But this is clear?
Yes, it is clear.
It's very important. This is very important.
Yeah.
If you're asking this question, then you don't fully understand the Krishna conscious philosophy.
It's
very important.
Yeah, when
there's a difference between the personal philosophy, as we're practicing, and impersonal philosophy. There's a class of people called impersonalists. They interpret the Vedas in a crooked way. They say that actually there is something beyond Krishna also, but the Shastra doesn't say so. So this is a misinterpretation of the Shastra.
Okay. So may I ask one more question? So
yes.
Srila Prabhupada, when he was teaching, so Srila Prabhupada was saying, so we have all these philosophies. So so we have Sanatan Dharma. So when you're born Hindu, you follow Sanatan Dharma. If you're born Muslim, you follow Islam. When you're born Christian, you follow Christianity. As in, you have a choice. But there's only one
yes.
supreme.
Yes.
And we say Krishna.
Yes.
But then, if we were to meet someone who is Muslim,
yeah.
But you see, because I've spoken to many people, during my what I'm going through, this transformation, or whatever, and everyone agrees that
God is one.
Almighty is one. Yeah,
Yes.
God Almighty is one. So
why there are so many religions?
Exactly, it's man-made.
Okay.
Man-made.
So, first of all, this is a misconception that Sanatana Dharma is for the Hindus. The word Sanatana Dharma, if we analyze, Sanatana means eternal, and Dharma means occupational duty. So, can you give me the Bhagavad Gita? You've read the Bhagavad Gita as it is?
Yes.
The whole thing? Okay, please read it. Read it thoroughly.
I need to read it again.
It's good to read it, like read a few shlokas.
Yeah.
But if you really want to understand, read it thoroughly, starting with the introduction.
Sure. I also have the Srimad-Bhagavatam as well. So we've.
That's
so,
okay, but start with the Bhagavad Gita.
Yes.
Start. Have a good foundation.
Sure.
It's like when you're building a house.
Yeah.
Dig a very deep foundation.
Yeah.
Bhagavad Gita is the foundation. Otherwise, the whole structure is going to collapse. So here, Prabhupada, he explains what is actually Sanatana Dharma. We must understand. The Lord descends to reclaim all these fallen conditioned souls, to call them back to the Sanatana, meaning eternal, sky, so that the Sanatana living entities may regain their eternal Sanatana positions in eternal association with the Lord. The Lord comes himself in different incarnations, or he sends his confidential servants as sons or his associates or acharyas to reclaim the conditioned souls. So these refers to all these Prophet Muhammad, Jesus, and so on and so on.
Yeah.
Therefore, Sanatana Dharma does not refer to any sectarian process of religion. They're all Sanatana Dharma. It is the eternal function of the eternal living entities, not just humans. All living entities in relationship with the eternal Supreme Lords. Sanatana Dharma refers, as stated previously, to the eternal occupation of the living entity. Ramanujacharya, one of our great acharyas, has explained the word Sanatana as that which is neither beginning nor end. So when we speak of Sanatana Dharma, we must take it for granted on the authority of Sri Ramanujacharya that there is neither beginning nor end. The English word religion is a little different from Sanatana Dharma. Religion conveys the idea of faith, and faith may change. One may have faith in a particular process, and he may change this faith and adopt another. But Sanatana Dharma refers to that activity which cannot be changed. For instance, liquidity cannot be taken from water, nor can heat be taken from fire. Similarly, the eternal function of the eternal living entity cannot be taken from the living entity. Sanatana Dharma is eternally integral with the living entity. When we speak of Sanatana Dharma, therefore, we must take it for granted on the authority of Sri Ramanujacharya that it is neither beginning nor end. That which is neither end nor beginning must not be sectarian, for it cannot be limited by any boundaries. Yet those belonging to some sectarian faith will wrongly consider that Sanatana Dharma is also sectarian. Hindu, Indians. See, that is sectarian idea. But if we go deeply into the matter and consider it in the light of modern science, it is possible for us to see that Sanatana Dharma is the business of all people of the world, nay, of all the living entities of the universe. So what is that eternal occupational duty? It is to serve. Even atheists, they have natural propensity to serve others. So this is the Sanatana Dharma, the propensity to serve. Right now we're serving so many people. When we serve Krishna, the Supreme Lord, then the propensity to serve is fully complete. So that is Sanatana Dharma. So those who are following through Islam, those who are following through Buddha, those who are following through Jesus, this is all Sanatana Dharma, because they're all serving the one Supreme Lord. The presentation might be different according to time, place, and circumstances, but the conclusion is the same. Love God. Even the Buddhists, they do not accept God, but we know from the Srimad-Bhagavatam that Buddha is the incarnation of God. So they give respect to God. In that way, they also worship God. This is Sanatana Dharma. If we understand this, then we can be brothers with everyone.
Absolutely.
But so long we stick to our sectarian faith, we think that it's only for the Hindus, it's only for the Muslims, only for the... Then there's going to be wars, conflicts, arguments forever.
I feel that is actually changing now. So when I speak to people, our brothers, whether they're Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Christian, I mean, everyone pretty much agrees, but there are some who are just so fixed upon.
So they have to advance. That's why we that's why we have here our literatures. Yeah. That's why Srila Prabhupada came. Give up your sectarian, crooked idea, God is not limited, and open your heart to this Krishna consciousness movement. And then if everybody, Prabhupada says, I did not come to tell you that you give up your Christianity or give up your Islam. You continue, because it's the same thing. Yeah. Just add more information. Islam means surrender. So it's the same. Krishna says, Sarva Dharma Parityaja. Give up everything, surrender to me. This is Islam. Islam is taught in the Bhagavad Gita. But if we're stuck with these designations and rituals and details, then we'll forget God. If you love God, you will see, He's also loving God. Maybe in a different way, but he has so much love for God. Very nice. Okay?
May I ask one more question?
Maybe we'll because there are also some people waiting on YouTube, but so maybe later.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so on YouTube there's a question from Samarth. So he's asking, Prabhu, I have a question. This modern world, it is not practical for a Shudra to perform his duties of being submissive, helping the above tree. In such case, will a Shudra face bad karma by other work?
He cannot give up. What is that exactly?
It is not practical for a Shudra to perform his duties of being submissive, helping the above tree. In such a case, will Shudra face bad karma by
It is not
other
practical?
work? Because the all rascals, right? If Shudra serves the Kshatriya is a rascal, so then he's sinfully implicated. Although he's doing Shudra Dharma by serving Kshatriya and Brahmana, because Brahmana and Kshatriya are all rascals in Kali Yuga.
No, he is not implicated. He is not implicated. The rascals, if they're not performing, they will be implicated, but he will not be implicated. Because he's a Shudra. His duty is not to think whether someone is crooked or this and that. He doesn't have the intelligence. That is a Shudra. He cannot tell whether someone is crooked or not, whether he's following or not following. That is not his business. He should simply obey. Then he's not sinfully implicated. Blindly he should follow what these others are telling him. Because he's foolish. He needs guidance. He needs to be guided.
And this by
so if he is not willing to surrender, then he's not a Shudra. If you see, there's a discrepancy here, and why should I follow these rascals? Then he's not a Shudra. Then he has some intelligence. He might be thinking that I'm a Shudra, but he's not a Shudra. He should act on the knowledge and elevate himself.
Now, how I understand this last part is, sorry, I just have to interpret, because there's no other comments.
No, there's no need to interpret. There's no need to interpret.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other question?
Yeah, that's it on YouTube. Facebook, let's see. Question from Shandai Mataji.
Yes.
Is it dharmic for a woman to take up a position of authority over man?
Prabhupada says that yes, if a woman is a devotee, she can become a guru to the non-devotee husband also. Or if the husband is less advanced, yeah. In devotional service, it is possible because devotional service is transcendental. Krishna ultimately says, Sarva dharma parityajya. He says, give up all these dharmas. You know, if it's for me, for my service, this dharma is not very favorable. All these formalities. So if the woman is more advanced, the man should take guidance. Anything else?
No, nothing.
All right. Grantaraj Srimad-Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gora Premanandi.
Hari Hari.
Hari 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 Bo. Namo Vishnu Paraya Krishna Vastai Bhutri. Srimad-Bhakti-Vedanta Samarita Namane Namaste Saraswati Reva Guravani Vracharina Nirvishesha Shunavari Paschatadi. Steady. Thank you for watching. Hare Krishna. Nitai. Hare Krishna. Nitai. Jai. Jai. Hari Hari Bol. Namo Vishnu Paraya Krishna Vastai Bhutri Srimad-Bhakti-Vedanta Samanidha Namane Namaste Saraswati Devi Guruvari Vracharina Nirvishesha Shunavari Paschatadi Starine. Jai. Namo Vishnu Paraya Krishna Vastai Bhutri Srimad-Bhakti-Vedanta Samanidha Namane Namaste Saraswati Devi Guruvari Vracharina Nirvishesha Shunavari Paschatadi Starine. Yeah, some sharing. Yeah. You can give